What's up, everybody? How you doing? Glad to see you. Glad you made it back. We actually have a request today, which is cool. I love it when I get them, and I love reacting to them, seeing stuff I've never heard before, seen before, and getting it from you is always a pleasure. So I have one guy, Inkheart, recently requested this. Hi, can you please check out Wildflower and Still Life by RM? These are new tracks from his latest album, Indigo. RM is the leader of BTS. That's about all I know about him. The new song is Wildflower. I'm going to be doing Wildflower. Just taking the first one off the list here, and off his new album Indigo. So it looks like, from what I've seen, just quickly glanced around just to kind of like see what was going on, because at first I didn't know who he was talking about. Not being part of BTS Army or anything like that, you know. I did know he was K-pop, and I thought he was BTS, but I did have to confirm it, so I did. And apparently he's considered like the leader of BTS, which is pretty interesting as well. The album is doing really well. Apparently, this song Wildflower, which he did with Eugene, I just looked her up real quick because I didn't know who she was. Actually, I thought it was a he, and then found out it was a she. And she's actually part of a Korean rock group called Cherry Filter. Um, I don't think it's a duet, but she's on there. Um, and the song is like number one in Korea, I think, on the Asian charts. It's like 80 something. It debuted at 80 something on the Billboard's Hot 100. So it's tracking already pretty well in the United States. I don't know how well K-pop does on the charts over here. I don't know if that's high or not. Um, but I think I also saw that he's actually the first K-pop or Korean artist, solo artist, to have two top 30 albums. So congratulations, RM. Looks like you got another hit on your hands. So we're going to check out this song, Wildflower, by RM and Eugene, and see what it's like. I do have the lyrics pulled up because I'm assuming that some, if not all of this, is going to be in Korean. But they do manage to switch back and forth between Korean and English a lot, and I'm going to try and keep up with it. But without any further ado, thank you, Inkheart, for the suggestion. Here you go, pal. Let's check it out.
나는 동경했어 난 그저 화려하게 지고 싶은 날 시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지 그때 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어 난 믿었던 게 다 멀어지던 때 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때 이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 어떤 일이 있어도 오늘을 나로 하게 하소서 Oh every day and every night Persistent pain and criminal mind 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤 창밖에 걸은 청승마 지초승 달 I do wish me a lovely night 내 분수보다 비대해질 life 저기 날아오르는 풍선을 내스치고 다져 물어 대체 지금 어디 Where you go where'd you show you where'd you
Okay, let's hold on a second. Man, he shoved a lot in there, like right up front. He's not used to that happening. But so it starts out with him saying, "Flower field, that's where I'm at. Open land, that's where I'm at. No name, that's what I have. No shame, I'm on my grave. When your feet don't touch the ground, when your own heart underestimates you, when your dreams devour you, when you feel you're not yourself, all those times." So you get a sense here that he's talking about like um the results of his success, his fame, and his fortune, and where he's gotten, and He really just wants to be a lot simpler. He was striving for all that stuff. Your own heart underestimates you. Means you had a heart for this stuff, but even you didn't know that you could go as far as you did. But when your dreams devour you, the dreams that you had catch up and turn on you, because when you feel you're not yourself all those times, then he just wants to be a simple flower right in the midst of it all. I yearn for the flames. I yearn for a beautiful fall. Even before the start, I imagined an end where I could applaud and smile. That's what I wish for. When everything I believed in grew distant, when all this fame turned into shackles, please take my desire away from me, no matter what it takes to let me be myself. So yeah, he got shackled by the fame, right? He had all these dreams. He had all these desires and all these wishes, but then he got them and it turned into his prison. So let me be myself. Oh, every day, every night, persistent pain with a criminal mind. Yep. So okay. Nights the beating heart kept me up. The mournful crescent moon hung above the window. I do wish me a lovely night over my status of an oversized life, desperately holding on to a balloon drifting by. Ask where you could be now, where you go, where's your soul, where's your dream? So he got lost in it all, right? He had all these dreams. He started out simple. He just had these dreams. He had this imagination. He wanted to get big. He wanted to be an artist and do all that. But then it just got too big for him. And it got away from him, and he got lost in it all, and now he doesn't know where he's at. But yeah, pretty much a familiar tale. You know, the warning of being trapped by your own success and having your own life get away from you, and you're stuck, you know, trying to figure out how to get out of it or how to get your life back. Like it's not something easy to deal with. That's actually something that I've seen. I can't remember who else I saw that did it, but you kind of saw that a little bit with what was that video I did? Black Swan, I think, by BTS. And they were talking about, you know, being in the ocean, but being at the bottom of the ocean and being under all that pressure, you know, being under the pressure of all that fame and fortune and having that global eye on you, being, you know, that thing that you wanted to be, and then you got it, and now you have to deal with it, and it's not what you expected it to be. I think you find that a lot with artists dealing with that, because it's not something that you can train for, right? You see it a lot in like athletes that get drafted. You know, I'll refer to American football because that's what I love. But the American football players, you know, they get signed and they have these multi-million-dollar contracts, and they go out there and they just can't handle it. And, you know, they flame out in 2 to 3 years, and, you know, 5 years from now, they're dead broke. You know, 5 years ago, they were signing a multi-million-dollar contract, and now they're dead broke, and they're working just to make ends meet, you know, because they can't catch up to it, or they can't handle it, or somehow they crumble under it and, you know, or even worse, end up, you know, addicts or homeless or in jail or whatever, you know, and, you know, we've seen that a million times. You know, there's the famous 29 Club, all the rock stars that have died at the age of 29, Jimi Hendrix, and a lot of them in the 60s that just didn't make it. Morrison and I can't remember her name, Janis Joplin, you know, and a bunch more. There's like a whole thing, you can look it up, but it's a cautionary tale. And so when you hear these guys talking about it, you very much know that this is something that they've had to deal with, and that they currently deal with, and it will continue to have to deal with, because unless you can just drop it and walk away from it and disappear, like you're stuck in the middle of it. Nice voice.
내 마지막일까 전부 진결이 나 하나 열까지 다 이지그치 끝한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까 Yeah me no hero me no villain 아무것도 아닌 나 후회되는 반복돼 기억들은 안 포기해 난 눈물을 판 속에 시선을 던져 하루에 뭘 원했었던 건지 이제 기억이 안 나 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 교차했나 Yeah 하던 거 No matter what's wrong 그게 뭐가 됐건 새벽의 호흡 자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 토해내는 기억 목소리 막힌 자들의 사회 난 여전히 침묵을 말해 이건
nice.
모두 오해 편견들의 타겟 반갑잖아 너의 행가래 내 두 발이 여기 땅 위에 이름도 없는 꽃들과 함께 다시 별에 가시고 소확해 발밑으로 와주시고 목적 없는 목적지로 슬픈 줄도 모르고 그림자와 자신으로
Okay, man, he had some nice lyrics in there. Had some really good bars in there. Hold on. Where's my end finally going to be? Everything's so exhausting from A to Z. When's this wretched mask going to finally come off? Yeah, me no hero, me no villain. I'm barely anything. Right? He's not there to be a hero. He's not there to be a villain. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's just a guy. Right? Idling repeats memories turning vicious, lying in a field. I set my sights on the skies. Now I remember what I wanted so badly. I trusted I was happy. Now a mere memory. Yeah, I've been going no matter what's in front, no matter what it may be. Memories of holding on the dawn's edge and spitting things out. He keeps talking about his memories and how they're turned on him because you know he just wanted he can remember what he wanted so badly. I trusted I was happy, but that's not a mere memory. He was laying in a field, setting his eyes on the skies. You know, he just had all those dreams and everything, and working and trying to make that happen. And now all those are just turned on him, and now he's caught by all those actions and decisions that he made. Now he's trapped by them. Society's offered the loudest voice, and here I am, still speaking silence. Great line. It's an aside, a boat in full bloom, to face all the prejudice and misunderstandings. I don't care much about tossed in the air, grounded on my own 2 feet among the flowers without names. That's what he wants, right? That's what it gets to right there. He just wants to get back. He's among all these flowers with no names. He just wants to get back to being anonymous. That's what he's relaying to. So you have to, you know, there's very much a Zen kind of thought process here, and you don't really, you know, Asian artists have a really good ability to find exactly what it is that they're talking about and not be afraid to talk about it. You don't see a lot of American or even Western English artists talking about wanting to be a flower. You know, you're never going to see Guns N' Roses talking about being a daisy, right? Or anything like that. Asian artists have no problem with that because they have a very Zen-like attitude. So they can see, you know, where it is that they want to go and what represents that. And he's talking about the wildflower. The wildflower that's in the field. There's a million of them out there. They don't have names. They're just one after another, and they're just anonymous. And if you find just one, it's just one among many. And that's what he longs for, but he can't have that because his dreams took him to the stars. And now he's up where everybody can see him, and he's no longer anonymous.
원래 내 것은 아무것도 없었지. And you tell me like gotta be a someone. 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음네. 흐르는 시작은 시 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 철. 타는 불꽃에서 들꽃으로 손에 내서 영원으로 나의 황량한 들의 나무를 언젠가 나 되돌아가래. 저 하늘을 흩어질래.
Awesome. Really good. I like that a lot. Thanks for that recommendation. You know, that the imagery in that video is really good too. You know, just to positioning the peaceful, serene field with the flowers, you know, in the air and the sunlight and everything. And on the other side of it, you know, the when he was talking about yearning for the flame and wanting for the fall, like the destructive side of it. You know, you have like this creative process that gets you to where you're going, but then somewhere, if you don't control it, if you don't manage it, like it can just crash and burn and become a disaster. And he's stuck, like, kind of fighting between those two worlds, stuck between those two worlds, trying to find the balance. He wrapped that up with yes, my start was poetry, my one and only strength and dream that was protected me so far, like a flower. Burning fireworks, the flower works. Boyhood to eternity, I'll stay in this barren field, I'll return someday. Right. So one day he'll get back to being anonymous. One day he'll get back to like having that simple life. But for right now, he has to go through this rock star status that he's in. And just know that, you know, he's dealing with it on a level that so many of us just can't even imagine, you know, being a member of one of the biggest bands in the world, having so many fans, it's called an army, you know, BTS army, and excuse me, being, you know, that exposed, you know, that's kind of your job. That's what he has to do. But so he's walking that line between the peaceful and the serene and the chaotic and destruction. He's walking that line, and that's where his success is. But he can't let him drift one too far one way or the other, or it all falls apart. And one day he won't have to walk that line. One day he'll be able to like come over and be back in the, you know, in an anonymous flower among the field, and he won't have to worry about that anymore. And hopefully he comes back to that and doesn't fall too far to the other side and end up in a destructive pattern, which a lot of rock stars have fallen into. So, RM, great song, man. Really liked it. I'm not much of a ballad kind of guy, I guess. But and youjeen, is that what I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. youjeen, great voice, man, on that that chorus. Really, really nice. And I need to check out that Cherry Filter and see how some of those songs go. If it sound anything like that, I'm sure that'd be great. In the meantime, if you guys have anything you'd like me to check out, if there's anything you want me to look at and respond to, I'd be glad to. I never know what I'm going to walk across, but you're going to get an honest reaction out of me. Hopefully you won't shoot me up for it. But in the meantime, if you would, please smash that like button, hit subscribe, and check out some of these other videos I have. And I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be good. I love you. Later.